If you have ever migrated a website from WordPress to Webflow or Framer, you know it's not always a smooth process. Over the years, I have worked on multiple migration projects, moving websites with custom post types like blog posts, case studies, projects, team pages, and more. But no matter how many sites I migrate, one issue always comes up: shortcodes. If you have worked with WordPress, you know how much shortcodes are used inside blog post content. They add dynamic elements like buttons, CTAs, testimonials, and custom layouts. But when you migrate to Webflow or Framer, these shortcodes don't transfer over properly, and that's a big problem. So, in this video, I will show you exactly how I handle shortcode issues during WordPress migrations. Let's get started. Before we dive in, here is what we will cover today. First, we will look at why shortcodes don't work in Webflow or Framer. Then, I will share my temporary solution for replacing shortcodes manually. And finally, we will discuss the real fix that Webflow and Framer should introduce. And if you are currently planning a WordPress migration, you will definitely want to stick around because this method will help you avoid some huge content issues. A month ago, one project I worked on had over 200 blog posts, and inside each post, there were buttons, forms, and custom elements, all inserted through shortcode. When we moved the content to Webflow, everything looked fine until we previewed the pages. Instead of the formatted content, all we saw was raw shortcode text. And I realized this is not just a small issue. It's a major problem that affects every single WordPress to Webflow or WordPress to Framer migration. So I had to come up with a fix, which I will show you now. Hey, I'm Ansif. I help businesses migrate their website from WordPress to Webflow and Framer, ensuring they don't lose content, SEO rankings, or website functionality in the process. If you are a business owner, designer, or a developer working on a migration, this video will save you a ton of headaches. Alright, let's jump into the process. So, let's first understand why shortcodes break when migrating from WordPress. In WordPress, shortcodes are basically placeholders. They allow you to insert complex elements like buttons, CTAs, or testimonials without needing to manually write HTML. For example, you might have a shortcode like this inside a blog post. On WordPress, this would render as a properly styled button, but once we move content to Webflow or Framer, it just appears as a plain text. The shortcode does not work because Webflow and Framer don't have a built-in way to process this. So what's the fix? Let's talk about a temporary solution first. Since there is no automatic way to convert shortcodes in Webflow or Framer, the best workaround I have found is to replace them manually using custom HTML and CSS embeds. Here is the process I follow. Collect all shortcodes from the WordPress content database, manually recreate them in HTML and CSS inside Webflow or Framer, document these as a reusable code snippets for the content team. For example, let's say we had a WordPress shortcode for a testimonial box. Instead of trying to process it automatically, I would create a custom HTML version of the testimonial, style it with CSS, and provide it to content team as an embed code. To make it even easier, I always create a step-by-step document explaining how to add the code inside Webflow or Framer rich text block. And to avoid confusion, I also add a short GIF tutorial inside the document to visually show how to insert the embed. In that way, my client-side content team has a better workaround to fix the shortcodes in Webflow and Framer. Or better, sometimes I spend more than just creating a simple documentation. I directly create a visual UI for generating the code for that shortcode element. For example, check this UI builder. I build slowly to solve the shortcode problems for my client-side content marketing team. In the way, we can reduce human errors. Anyway, this method works as a short-term fix, but it comes with a problem. Now you might be thinking, why not just keep using an embed method? Well, here is the issue. Not everyone on the team is a developer. In many cases, marketing team is responsible for updating the content. And if they don't have coding experience, they might find it difficult to edit or insert the right embed codes. Every time they need to update a button, a pricing table, or a testimonial box, they have to copy and paste an embed. That's not a scalable solution. That's why we need a permanent fix. Instead of relying on a manual embed codes, Webflow and Framer should introduce a native component-based shortcode system. Something that works just like WordPress shortcodes, but in a more visual way. Here is my idea. When writing content inside Webflow's rich text block, you should be able to type / command, and it should open a list of pre-built components. For example, if you type /button, it should insert a button component. If you type /testimonial, it should insert a ready-made testimonial block. From that, you should be able to edit the content directly, just like you would with any other text. No need to copy and paste embed codes. No need to mess with the custom HTML. It should just work. This would make content updates way easier for marketing teams, reduce technical dependencies, and make Webflow and Framer a more powerful alternative to WordPress. So that's everything about the shortcode issue in WordPress migrations and how we can solve it. To summarize, right now we use embed code as a temporary fix. The best long-term solution is native component-based shortcode system in Webflow and Framer. And of course, if you are looking to migrate your WordPress website to Webflow or Framer, I have done this process multiple times and can help you make it smooth and seamless. You will find my contact link in the description, so feel free to reach out. And finally, let me know in the comments, do you think this feature is necessary? Or do you have any different idea for handling shortcodes in Webflow and Framer? Let's discuss. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon for more Webflow and Framer insights.